Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas, unless you guys are new to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing how you can get started on the Webull desktop version to be able to start doing things with stocks. They also do a little bit with cryptocurrencies as well. Now, if you guys are brand new to doing investing, I've got a couple quick things that are actually notes for you guys. So number one is that I have a referral link in the description down below for Webull. If you go and use that, they do run promotions from time to time. That way then you guys can get something out of it. It also does help me out on my channel and be greatly appreciated. And secondly is I'll be showing you here in just a little bit, there's a paper trading version on Webull that allows you to essentially pretend doing trades, right? So if you want to practice with this before you actually get your foot fully in the game, there is that option. If you set a little bit of money aside as part of one of their promotions, again, as of the time of me recording this video at least, then you can get yourself an extra free stock. So you might have the option for that too, and it's something to take a look at. Okay, so this is the beginner's guide for you guys into things like Webull. I will do a separate video where I'll talk about also with Robinhood, and you guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this stuff. Do you want to see me do also like an intermediate type version, or is there another app that maybe you want me to look at? Let me know if this was helpful for you guys, all that kinds of stuff, okay? Quick note, guys, if you need to add money to your account, which if you're brand new to this, obviously you're probably going to need to do so with that. On this page, go ahead and click on the account button here, second one from the bottom, and you're going to see it says banking. Click on the banking icon right there, and then you're going to choose what option that you want to be able to do. So in this case, you're going to click on deposit. Now, if you want to transfer your proceeds or whatever your balance is left over on your account back to your bank, then you're going to do the withdrawal option. Follow the steps following with that, and then you'll shortly thereafter be approved to be able to finally do some trading. It might take a couple days. Typically, this works with the traditional 3 to 5 business days, but this is where you're going to go on the desktop version. On the home page here, you can either download to get their official little app extension, but let's say you just want to use the website. You're not using the app on the phone, which a lot of people probably would, and that could potentially be another separate video, but this video we're talking about the desktop, right? So from here, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and click on trade. And trade is going to pull up this page right here. Now, you guys can see it immediately takes us to this little tab here on the far left-hand side of the what looks like a gavel, almost like you're doing an auction or the judge is declaring a final standpoint on something, right? So the trade is set up right there. We're going to go ahead and start with watch lists. So if you click on the very top left-hand side of the star icon, this is your watch list section. From here, if you want to add something, you're going to see just slightly down below the add symbol plus button. Now you can type in something here. So just for example, if we wanted to look up BTC, Bitcoin, if I could spell Bitcoin correctly. So the symbol for that is BTC, and as you guys can see here, it's in comparison to the dollar. So the BTC USD, that would actually add it to our list. As we already have that, you guys can see that it's listed right here. Now, you do have the option to click on things like the symbol to change it if you want it to be listed alphabetically, changing it by the names, same thing with the price, after hours, change in percentages. So like GameStop had the biggest percentage change, just this for example. Those Diamond Hands, Gorilla Gang stuff, the Wall Street bets, all that good stuff, right? Stonks, meme stocks, whatever you want to call it. GameStop is pulling pretty well for that day. And next up, we're going to go ahead and click on the stocks icon right here, the second icon. So off of your watch list, they're going to be listed here on the left-hand side. And as you guys can see down below here, it's listed of a variety of different news articles. You can click on these. It'll have a little pop-up icon. And if you want to get rid of it, you just click outside the box there and it'll drop it off. As you guys can see, I did do a little bit of technical analysis for, just for example, for AMC right here. And if you guys do want to look into that more, you can just click on drawing and it gives you some different options there. How to use those is a little bit more of an advanced kind of tactic. So if you get familiar with things like TradingView, just so you guys know, it's pretty easy to adapt to something like this. It's the same kind of concepts. Now, in addition with this, you guys are going to notice that I am in dark mode. So maybe you guys are wondering how to get to dark mode because everything's super bright for you, right? So what you want to do for that is go ahead and I'm kind of sidetracking here from what we were just talking about, but I think this is important. Go ahead and click on the settings icon, and from here, you actually see these two different themes, right? So the theme color, there's the dark theme or the light theme, and then depending on which one that you guys want. So if it's on light and you want to keep it, don't worry. But if you want it to be dark mode, there's that. And I just wanted to go over that real quick for you guys. Okay, so we go back over here to the stock option. Now you can just click on simply one of the other listings that you have on the watch list if you guys wish to do so with that. And you guys can see what it is that's going on. That one doesn't seem to have any info on it. So we're going to stick with AMC. You have different time frames listed up above of what these individual candles mean, right? So, excuse me, each of these candles that you guys see here right now that are green, that one's red, well, these represent time frames. And each candle right now is represented on 1 minute. So that's 1 minute, that's another minute, that's another minute, and this works backwards. Same thing, I could click it like this. Now each candle represents a 2-minute time frame. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, etc. As you work your way all the way through. You can go all the way up to yearly. You can look at it on a quarterly perspective, which is a pretty unique kind of concept to see actually. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and focus on the 1 minute time frame. And you can click on the screen and move it around left and right. You can hit the plus button if you want to zoom in on this. You can also click on the side here and either pull up or pull down to get a little bit more of a zoom effect. If you use the scroll wheel, then you can zoom out horizontally or zoom in horizontally as well. So this is, again, same kind of stuff that you would see in like trading view. Down on the bottom here, you can see that there's volume. So if you're wondering on the time frame, how much activity is actually being taken place, then you would look down on the bottom side here, right? So if you wanted to, say, look up a different piece, then from here, what you can end up doing is heading back over to your watch list, and you can add the symbol to that, come right back over to the stock side if you wish to. And in addition, if you wanted to, say, compare this to another stock, sorry, I believe you can also do it here. So let's just look up, for example, Nokia. Yeah, sorry. So you could also do that. You could look up Nokia, and that pulls it up on the stocks tab right there. Now we're looking directly just at Nokia. That's a recently listed one, but your watch list is probably going to be your most reliable one. We'll show you in a second here a little bit more about the discovery side of what stuff you guys can do on this too. Okay, so you guys can see the price over here in the top right-hand side. It is currently aftermarket hours. So the 829 that's being listed is what the actual price was according to the stock market close time, right? Now, as far as for the after hours, that's what its current price is. You can see the percentage of change after the hours. So it's at 803 right now, about a 27-cent drop from that 29. Obviously, it makes sense, right? All right, now I got to go ahead and unlock this real quick. Put in my little passcode. When you guys get registered with this, you'll put that in. Make sure you guys do not forget that. And something that's really interesting with this is that you're going to see a little scroll wheel here on the right-hand side. Now, if you move your mouse over it, it's going to kind of expand out a little bit. Be a little bit cautious with this, because as you scroll down, one thing that I did notice that kind of threw me off a little bit is that when you get to this section right here, there's another scroll wheel that's directly below it. And sometimes your mouse can click onto that, and you're actually like panning through that zone. It's not letting me do it right now, maybe because I'm on a full screen, but I can use a scroll wheel for this part, so you guys can see this goes up and down. And I got a little confused. I thought that maybe that was the end of the section, and I was trying to figure out my buy order positions. But you know, if you stay with this far right-hand side, you can scroll on down here. You can see the quick chart, times and sales, what people are bidding and asking for currently for the stock. And then this is where you actually go to make your purchases. So again, this is a beginner's guide on this stuff. So if you guys don't really understand some of this stuff, that's why I'm trying to explain the most basic things so you can actually get started investing into stocks or cryptocurrency using Webull. So a limit order is saying you want it specifically at a price. So like, for example, right now, the daily candle, it closed out on $8.29. So let's say I want to buy 5, no, not 50. I want to buy 5 AMC, and instead of it being $8.29, I'm like, what if it goes to $8.27? So 8.27, right? Time in force, you can change this from day or the GTC right there. Extended hours, you know, because Webull allows for extended hours after the standard market, I like to just constantly switch this over to yes, but it's totally up to you guys how you want to do that or not. And then, you know, you got a couple other options right here. stop price, limit price. If you guys wanted to set that up just in case, you can turn those off if you don't want them anymore. And then you would put in your order. So basically, my point with this is that a limit order, whether you're trying to buy it below or just a little bit above, that means that you're not wanting to buy it at market price, right? So if you buy it at market price, I swap over to this, it is whatever it is. So as soon as you click that place order button, if AMC just suddenly went up to $8.50 because some crazy whale bought it, right? Like boom, it went to $8.50 right then you clicked on the place order button, you're going to buy it $8.50. Same thing. So if the market gets halted and they have the back orders going on, so like for example earlier today GameStop, it had gotten halted once again because of the amount of movement that was going on with it. So you look at the price and you're thinking, all right, well I want to go ahead and get it. Well, those backlog of orders are going to trigger once that little cooldown time goes off, right? And whoever had their first orders in are going to be the ones set to the front of the line. So if you say that you want to buy it at the market price, as soon as it comes back, you're down the line, remember? So those other orders could end up causing the price to shoot up a ton or shoot down below a ton, and then everyone starts to react afterwards. So you got to be cautious with that kind of stuff when the market freezes. If you do the same thing with the limit price, you might look at it and say, oh, it froze at $8.29 and it looked like it was going up a ton. So I'm going to go ahead and put mine at $8.31, right? And all of a sudden it kicks back and boom, it's at $8.45 and your order didn't go through because you put it too low and everyone else's orders that were there before you got filled already. And now you're trying to play catch up. So keep in mind how you're trying to play this game with this stuff. Once you're actually ready for your order, then you're just going to click place order. Down below here, these are the bids and asks. So basically the bids on the left-hand side is what price that people are hoping to try and get it for. The median zone is what the mutual agreement is currently. So with it being at $8.29, for example, as you guys can see, well, actually you can't see. My webcam is actually blocking the way. So let me just go ahead and move that out of the way. I didn't realize that that was there for a second. All right, so you guys can take a look over there on the far right-hand side and see what I'm talking about now. So the green and the right side. So the green left-hand side is the prices in which people are looking to try and get it at a cheaper price than what it's currently listed at. The numbers just kicked up there, and it'll tell you how many orders are going through with something like that. The middle zone is the mutual agreement zone. The red is what people are willing to sell it at that have it currently on the market, right? Now, you could hold it, right? I got some AMC. I might be willing to sell it at $100, but maybe I didn't tell the exchange that if somebody wants to put an order in and buy it for $100 per share, that they can do it. If I don't put that in, then it doesn't reflect in this chart. So this is only reflecting people that have actively actually placed it on the market for people to try and do that kind of stuff, right? So you guys can kind of watch this both sides. Take with it as you will. Again, this is a little bit more advanced though, so if you want to get further into that, then you got to do a little bit more studying. And I'm just giving you guys kind of the quick rundown on things. But make sure whenever you're ready to go with your stuff, choosing however you want to do it, go ahead and click on the place order button. Next up, if you go over to the Markets tab. Markets tab right here. Just going over some of the biggest information for the day positions. The news is over on the far right-hand side. The United States, the major indexes, you guys can see how their markets have actually reflected over the course of the day. And net inflows, this is also a little bit overwhelming for you guys if you're brand new, so don't necessarily worry about that so much. You head over to the next tab, which is the screener tab. From here, you can choose what region that you want to. More than likely, it's going to be defaulted to whatever country that you guys are in. So, China, Canada, and United States are the three options right here. And just like I was talking about before, you can actually click on this section here to categorize it. So the symbols are alphabetical or the names are alphabetical. The change in the last 24-hour period right here, you guys can see it went up $34, or this one lost $31. The percentage change, Pandian Therapeutics went up 133%, so really good day returns for them, right? And just a couple other standard indicators right there. And as you guys can see, if I click on this one, for example, Pandian Therapeutics, the right-hand side starts to look a little bit more familiar. you can actually scroll on down right here and be able to purchase it through this side as well. So there's lots of different places you can go to actually make the purchases themselves, but the way that you do the purchases is still formatted the same kind of way, like a widget. So then I click on the next icon on the far left hand side, going to trade, which is what we originally started with when I showed you guys from the home page by clicking on trade. But clicking on trade here, you have your watch list set up here on the left hand side, but let's say you have a different symbol that you want to put in. Again, let's just say it's Nokia because I have it defaulted to AMC. I type in NOK and it shows Nokia NOK equity, so I click on that. Now everything changes to format for Nokia. You can also see Nokia is currently listed right here, and then you can be able to fill in all of your order information with that as well. Next up, you click on your account information, and this shows you a couple sets of variety of things. Your net account value in the top left hand side, any percentage changes that are currently occurring with that, your net assets over time and how they moved. This negative 1488, I'm not actually quite sure what that is, to be honest with you guys. I put in $100 into my account, and maybe there was like some sort of sign up thing or something that I had that I didn't realize they were going to withdraw out of the account initially. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that. Or what was it? Actually, I think I got the $100. Oh, yeah. I'll show you guys in a second. I think I know what happened with that. You got a couple of bar charts over here in the middle side, and then you have also got another bar chart on the far right-hand side. But we click on the account details. I'm trying to go over the main things with you guys. And so the account details shows you your capital details and when it was last updated. You can see all the trades that took place, the cash transfer. So right here, basically what happened was I was able to put in $100 in my account, and they then approved me to be able to make some purchases ahead of time. I'm actually going to move my stuff back over here now. So I was able to make my purchases ahead of time before deposited once I got that approval to do so. And so the GME I bought technically before it was fully deposited. So you guys can see it took 4 days later, the $100 was actually finally deposited. And then I ended up doing my selling later on. I made a profit on that. Bought some AMC, and then I sold it, and etc. Account performances, you head over to the next tab on the top here. Overall profit and losses, that's what the P&L stands for, and what your variables are all indicated in this section here. Your profit and loss percentage, mine's on the far right hand side there. You can change the time frame with this drop down menu if you guys want to. Trading, you guys can see what different stocks or crypto that you've done with and what your references were with those. So I'm doing good. You know, I started with $100. I'm up to $137.82 so far. Nothing super great to write home about, but I'm profits, both of these things. Stock, P&L, you guys can then click on the profit and loss in the next indicator here. Again, shows you a little bit of the details on that side. Take a look down at the bottom. You can also see, once again, here on the far right-hand side, what is going on with that chart right there. So the GameStop cumulative profit and loss sections right there. So daily positions will continue to shift, and sometimes, you know, depending on how long you're holding these assets, you could see gains or losses on a daily candle closure. Lastly, we click on the far left-hand side here. This is for paper trading, and the paper trading is where you do your simulations of things. So you see a lot of the same stuff like what we saw before, but this is giving you a fake account money of $1 million, right? So I saw this and I was like, wait, what? Like, are they allowing me to do leverage with this much money? Why would they allow me to do that? That can't be quite right. And I was like, oh, it's paper account. Ah, okay, I get you. So yeah, it's like a simulation if you had $1 million for something like this. And you can, once again, you type in the name of the symbol. You can see what's going on as far as the trades right here. You can take a look on the chart itself. You can still use all the technical chart analysis, technical indicators if you guys need to use all that stuff. You can see what you purchased down below here, your buy, sell orders. You can change the limit, market price, all that good stuff, extended hours, etc. Right? And so the prices are reflected of what's actually happening in the real market. But again, this is really good if you're just trying to practice with this stuff. You click on the right tab here for your paper account, and it shows you more of your analytics, just like what you were seeing with your actual real account. And I think that about sums it up. So if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed this, you want to check out more, I do technical analysis, news and stuff on mainly cryptocurrencies, but I'm also getting more involved with stuff with the stocks. then definitely feel free to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Click on the bell icon so you get alerted whenever we have a new video. Drop a comment down below, guys. If you want to check out the Robinhood, I got the link in the description for that. I'll have a separate video walking through the basics of that as well. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next episode.